Hi everyone, this is Jewels by Jude, and if you know me, you'll know that I am a mixed media artist. So I wanted to show you something, share with you something that I discovered this past weekend. I found me some native copper. Native copper is copper found right from the ground. Sometimes it's in a matrix, sometimes it's not. It's from Michigan. I found it from a fellow rockhound, and I was able to purchase and trade for my copper. I'm excited because I don't get much copper like this. I maybe got it one time, and he asked me, "Hey, don't you want all this pretty shiny looking copper?" And instead of that dirty matrix, all that kind of stuff. And I said, actually, that's what I want. I want rough. I like to work with rough. I know you guys are used to seeing me with polymer clay, and I am trying to stay steady with one medium at a time. So this was so exciting to me, though. I really wanted to share it with everyone. So stay with me. This is difficult type of video because it's dangerous, and I want everyone to know it's dangerous. Okay, I want you to know that you need to have a mask. You need to have glasses, gloves, long sleeves. And in fact, I'm going to put everything on right now, even though I did a portion of this earlier, because I really want you to watch. I want you to investigate, educate, and learn, not just from me, but from other people before you do anything like this, okay? These are my glasses. I'm going to put my glasses on. I'm going to put my mask on. As I said, I've already prepared some of this beforehand. Oh, I have my sunglasses on, that's why. Now pull my mask down. I should put my mask on first. Hold on, guys. I know I'm not a professional actor or actress here. I'm not professional anything, but I am an artist, and I do like to do lots and lots of stuff. Okay, I don't know if you can see me or not. I don't know if you can hear me or not, but off we are. Now, I'm just going to lift up my mask a little bit because the fumes have subsided. So, one thing you have to understand is this stuff can splash. So most of my face is covered, and what I want to tell you is that this green looking area here is copper I used yesterday to put into my acid. Muric acid is what I used, and a lot of it. Okay, this is my acid bowl here. This is my plain water, gloves, arms, glasses, masks. It's kind of hard to hear me without the mask, or with the mask, I'm sorry, but I am outside. Now, what I want you to know is the best thing is to be outside. If you cannot be outside, you need to be in an extremely ventilated area to do anything like this. This acid is not good, but it works great, and I want you to see that. So, well, let me show you some of my specimens that I received from a fellow rockhound, and I want you to see that. Now, this has already been worked a little bit, and what happens is the acid eats off the rock, okay? And that exposes the copper, and this is how it comes right out of the ground. I'm going to put this back in my green solution, This is probably the best piece I have and have ever had. Okay? And I wear the long sleeves because the acid gets on the clothing before it gets on my skin. So hopefully you can see this. This is great. This is an this is an awesome specimen. Literally, this is a solid piece of copper. I am looking into this area here to see if I can expose it more, and I just started yesterday. I don't want to name him without his permission. I did meet him. I'm hoping that he becomes part of my Withlacoochee Rockhound Club. I rinsed this for you a little bit to see it. And let me grab my brush. This is all copper, guys. All copper. This is so cool. But it wasn't when I put it in here. But he assured me just by the weight, and I agreed, that this copper, this rock was going to be 90% copper, and it is. It definitely was. Okay? Here's another example that I, again, started already. And now this is pretty solid. I'm not too sure about this. I'm going to have to ask some questions a little bit more myself to see what. See, there's a piece of rock that fell off of it. And that's the point. That's the whole object. I want to neutralize this acid. You can do that with, I believe, baking soda, but I will look more into it before letting it seep into the environment. This rock is pretty big. I know it has copper in it. I can see the copper. I don't know how much copper, and that's the whole point. So I'm going to put it back in the acid. I have a few pieces here. There we go. Here's something you can see that I've been working on. That's nice. That's a nice piece. Let me put it in the water. I don't like it not being rinsed off a little bit before I handle it too long, with or without gloves. And I'm working on getting some of this exposed, some more of this. So I'm going to put that in there. Now what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take my gloves off, and I want to show you what some of this stuff looks like. Now these are all flakes. I'm hoping that doing this by myself isn't easy because I can't tell how good the video is coming out. So hopefully it is. If not, I'll reshoot it for you. These pieces are copper, but I don't know how much rock, but some of these, so I'm going to do is I'm going to place these inside the acid, and I didn't put my glove on, I know that, and I'm going to do that now. But you shouldn't do it. You should have your glasses on, you should have your mask on, and you should have your gloves on, and I am putting them on now and smacking my hands as I'm doing it. I'm outside, the ventilation is great, the wind is blowing. I don't have my mask on for that reason, but you really should anyway, because you could catch a whiff of it and that wouldn't be good for your lungs. So you better be careful. However you decide to do this, you better look into it because it is dangerous. These are little flakes. They're hard to see. See if I can get you a close-up one. Right around in here would be a good shot, I hope. Right there, it's green. I'm going to just place it in the acid. And the acid is 1 part acid, 2 parts water. And it's probably a little bit stronger because I usually waver on the stronger side. But I guess if I had to say that what would be recommended, and that is why I did not view myself adding the acid, because I do not want to create someone else's bad habits. I have enough of my own, and this is the way I do it. I usually waver, like I said, on the stronger side, of acid versus water. And as you can see, it is bubbling away. Now, I usually use a few things I just stir it around in. My larger pieces over here in this green bucket take a long time. These should not take that long. In fact, I'm pretty sure you're going to be able to start seeing some effect right away. Now you see me put it in there, and already the acid is, or I'm sorry, the matrix and the crud per se is coming off of the copper, and the copper is being exposed, which is so freaking cool. And I haven't even brushed it yet. And this is native copper out of Michigan. So I want to stick it back in, swish it around a little bit more. This must have got, oh no, that was the rock. Gently, so that it doesn't splash on me. So the key things to remember here is keep this acid off of you, please, in every respect, meaning your lungs, your eyes, your hands, your arms. It splashes just like anything else. Beware, there are other methods. This is one I am at with baking soda and water. Now, I don't really need to do this way, but I am for the effects of you getting the effects of the copper being exposed in real time, because I have not delayed this at all. And as I said, you know, the larger pieces, sick of me saying that, but I don't want anyone to get hurt. So look at that. I haven't even put a brush to it yet. This guy was a great guy. Hopefully I can name him later, but I got a really good deal, and I'm planning on getting him some agatized coral to better the deal, because that's how good the deal was that he got it. He's a snowbird. We call them down here in Florida, snowbirds. He's from Michigan. He's going back to Michigan. I believe he told me at the end of March. And I just met him, so I'm sorry to hear that he's going back so soon. But he said he could get me lots and lots of copper. We can't get copper here in Florida in the native form that I am aware of. We can get lots of other things that are great. Shark's teeth fossils, agatized coral, I'm sorry, I'm saying it right, and calcites and stuff like that we can get, and they're great, they're beautiful. But I am not aware of any native copper. Isn't that cool? Look at that. Look at that. I know all you polymer clay fans out there are maybe bored, but you rock hounds are going crazy. Because I know I was. Now let me see what else is in here before I exit the video, because there's not much I can show you other than this pertaining to this at this time. Now, whatever I might do with the copper afterwards just needs some removal of the matrix. Hopefully I have the view here, and I'd have to separate that. It'll come off. I just put it in the acid. Look at the color of the acid. You seen it was clear when I let's see if I have anything else down there. Let's see if I can. These are the pieces I want to get away from the copper. Sometimes they come out and they look like spiders, and sometimes the weight and the copper has very little to do with it, but most of the time if you have a piece that has copper in it, it's heavy, it's probably the copper's weight, not the rock, but that would depend on how big, how much rock is in there and everything, but you can kind of tell in a lot of instances that that's the case. So, including your lungs. This is a nice piece. This green is some of the matrix and some of the copper coming away from itself. Right there. The longer I leave it in there will not hurt the copper, it will destroy the matrix. See that plop? That's a good lesson. See how far away from it is from me, my gloves, my hands, my arms. Look, I got a tiny bit on my sleeves protecting me. So please, 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 if you use this technique, and there are other techniques, and you can look into that, you do your research. I just want to show you a little. I've used this acid not for copper, except for once. I've used it for other types of rocks. The fella that I seen using this technique, if he's still alive, was using it for other rock, not copper, and tourmaline. He was using it in other stuff, but his safety issues were horrible. And I want to move this out of the way because I think this is the shot. And here is what my copper looks like, and it's ground, right out of the ground perspective here. You can see that, you guys. And again, this is Jewels by Jude. If you like this video, subscribe, okay? And like if you like it, and share it if you liked it. I want to bring more content to you. All your suggestions I take to heart, and you can contact me about any of this, and I'll do my best to clear up any issues you may have or questions. It's kind of my job and a lot of club activities anyhow, so I don't mind. With that said, I hope you learned something. Most of all, safety. Stay away from the acid if you don't know what you're doing, and good luck and God bless. Thanks for watching me. I appreciate it.